Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey guys, really enjoy all aspects of the show. Hey, could Lance Reisland possibly put together some video on Deshaun Watson throwing the deep ball in his career? Throws with some air under them. We haven't had a quarterback who could throw deep with consistent accuracy that I can remember. Hopefully our competitors watch these videos as well to give them more to have to game plan for. Let's go Browns!
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Let's welcome in Lance Reisland, who does our film analysis video breakdown as well. So, Lance, requests now from the viewers. They want to see some Watson deep balls. And you can say whatever you want about Deshaun Watson. We have not seen a guy with this kind of arm talent play quarterback for the Browns. I mean, Bernie Kosar was a really good quarterback. He was more of the mental kind of guy, and he did have his arm was okay. Brian Sipe was not a strong arm guy. This is really the first guy in a long time that has the arm talent to throw deep regularly.
When we watch him on film, he can make all the throws. So he can make throws from the pocket, outside the pocket. Like all NFL guys, most NFL quarterbacks have really, really good arm talent. Some are better than others. Deshaun Watson, obviously, he's in the top, upper echelon of that arm talent. But like Bernie Kosar, what gives him the advantage in the deep ball is he knows where he's going. So he's able to process the information, process the coverage that he sees, and then he can use that arm talent. And I've always said arm talent has a lot to do with your ability to process what the defense is giving you. And Deshaun Watson, like Bernie Kosar, like these elite guys, they're able to process that information and then use that incredible arm. He does have an incredible arm. He can make all the throws, the different angles, etc. The deep ball, especially back in 220, he was really, really good. When he had Fuller, they threw the ball a ton. He was in shotgun even more than he'll be now, but he really threw the ball deep in 220. I think the Browns will get back to that this year.
All right, let's take a look at a couple of clips of him throwing the deep ball. This one from his time at the Texans. Tell us what you see.
All right, so as the play goes through here, you're going to see a couple things. One is he's going to process. So with the linebackers not being in the middle of the field over top of the ball, it kind of tells him man coverage along with what the corners are doing. So the corners are kind of matched up. What we always like to say is if the eyes are on the receivers, it's man coverage. If the eyes are back at the quarterback, it's zone coverage. So he sees man coverage here. The only guy he's got an influence is that free safety who you can see coming over late. And what he does on the drop is that he's going to put his head right in the middle of the field. This is what he does really well. So he recognizes man coverage. He's able to keep that free safety in between the hashes with his head, and then he throws a great ball. And again, his deep ball is effortless. He doesn't have to really torque his body. That's the arm talent, his ability to spin the ball, puts it where only the receiver can get it. But again, this comes down to his ability to understand man coverage and deliver a great ball.
And when you think about it, Lance, some of the struggles from a year ago were because it was a new offensive system and a new set of teammates. So that ability to process, it was kind of thrown out of whack just because it's not the system that he was familiar with. That's one of the reasons I think he's likely to have a pretty good jump, pretty significantly early in the year even.
Well, yeah, then the reps. So I've always been a believer in reps. So he's going to get more and more reps with all these receivers throughout training camp. Now he does not have to worry about sitting any games. So not only is he understanding the scheme, I think being underneath center was huge for him last year. He was underneath center a lot more than he was in 220. 220, he was in over 80%. He was in the gun with the Texans. So he had to learn that footwork a little bit. Again, game speed. All that stuff ties into it and stuff that he doesn't have to worry about this year. On the field, he's going to be mentally ready to go, physically ready to go. So I agree. I expect a big jump.
So let's take a look. This is from last year, one of the throws that Watson made on a deep ball. Take us through what you see here and some of the reasons you like this.
Well, if you look at this, it's going to be so the play runs a couple times here. This is a really good, again, recognition of what he sees. So at the top of the screen, you're going to see Hunt is going to be at the top of the screen or one strong. Njoku is going to be at two strong or second in from the top. Cooper is going to be at three strong. Obviously have the strength with three receivers at the bottom. You're going to have Bryant at two strong, and you got DPJ at 2 weak, and then DPJ at 1 week at the bottom of the screen. So what the Commanders do here really, really well is that Kane, who lined up over Njoku, and Fuller is going to line up behind him, and they're going to show a cover 3. And if it's cover 3, this will not be the throw he makes because that corner will be there. So what he sees is he sees the corner over to the top of Njoku go to the top. And when he goes to the top, Fuller will drop to the half. So they're going to drop to a cover 2. The thing that makes this really, really impressive is where he puts the football. So not only does he recognize that now they're moving to cover 2, but he puts it on the outside shoulder of Njoku away from Fuller. So this is all of the above. This is incredible recognition. This is great footwork. This is great arm angle. This is great processing. And this is a good 20, 25, 30-yard throw to the outside shoulder of Njoku. So for me, this is his best throw of last season, with the ability to process, the arm talent, and understanding what the Commanders gave him.
The other thing that's apparent with that throw, Lance, that's opposite. That's far hash to sideline. That is not a throw a whole lot of NFL quarterbacks can make. I mean, that really, you need to have a very strong arm to be able to throw that across the field like that with the athletes that you have in the defensive backfield of an NFL secondary.
Yeah, and not knowing where he's going pre-snap. So pre-snap, he may be thinking cover 3 here, so he's going to go somewhere, at the bottom of the screen. If it's cover 3, he'll probably work a high-low with Bryant and DPJ here at the bottom of the screen. But by rolling to cover 2, he understands that hole between the corner and the safety, which makes the throw even better because he has to anticipate, and he's not really thinking, where I'm going to throw it early. He has to wait, read the coverage, and then deliver a ball. And again, effortless hip rotation, really, really good fundamentals, delivers the ball with easy power.